Hi there, Robert Wolf here with Terra Firma Business and Financial Consultants. I'm an asset coach and a tax strategist. So what we're going to go through today is a article report by ProPublica, and they've been coming out with quite a bit of material with regards to taxation and a lot of different things. They're a nonprofit organization that rely on donations, and we've reported some or recorded some videos on some of their reports previously, and some of the language is extremely divisive and quite honestly designed to create clicks. So let's kind of go through here and talk about this. For example, how the Trump law, tax law, created a loophole that lets top executives net millions by slashing their own salaries. What they're referring to is S corporation reasonable compensation. On the IRS website, the IRS dictates and talks about what reasonable compensation is. They're making they're trying to make the Trump Tax Reform Act as a reason or this loophole that all of a sudden was this amazing boom for business owners to start not paying, taking W-2 wages and not paying taxes, but can take all this money free. No. All profits taxable as income. So there's a misunderstanding of how this whole thing works. So let's kind of go through here. So we're not going to go through this top part. You can read that on your own. Here we go. Secret IRS data. There is no secret IRS data. If it was secret, guess what? These guys would not have it. Okay? It is not secret. The IRS is very public. In fact, we just recorded a couple other videos about the Treasury Department doing an audit of the IRS, which is public. It shows multiple instances in which salaries for top executives and owners suddenly and inexplicably drop in the first year after the Trump tax, reducing their tax bills even as their companies appear to thrive. The mysterious tax cuts played out across industries from logistics companies to real estate firms to makers of bathtubs and among executives of varying degrees of prominence. The salary for one construction firm executive dropped more than $4 million. Well, let's see. Wages for a car accessory manufacturer, floor mats are featured in Super Bowl ads, fell from $68 million to $47 million. Okay. Salary from Jeffrey Records dropped from $8.6 million to $1.8 million. Okay. And then a Republican mega donor. Ooh, that's important to know. What David McNeil and Jeffrey Records, are they donors? What's their political affiliation? Why don't we have that information as well? Oh, that's okay. It's more focused on here. This guy's a Republican mega donor. Sank from 5.1 to 2.1. I'm a little annoyed with the divisiveness. If you're going to point out Republican or political affiliations of one, why not point it out on all, right? What all of a sudden makes Dick so spectacular about his? In fact, that's 3 million drop. This guy had, what's that, 11 million. Why don't we know his political affiliation? We should put that. That's important to know. The loophole already existed. Oh, so it's not something new. It's already existed. Okay, it was before. Oh, interesting. A government report shows in 2009. Oh, okay, so that's 10 years previous to the Reform Act. Oh, okay. Why is it a loophole, by the way, when the IRS website, their code, is public information and people use the public information that the IRS guidelines lay out of what is dictated you can and cannot do? If you're an S corporation, which allows for reasonable compensation, how are you? Oh, that's right. They're saying, okay, this wealthy avoid paying taxes legally. Okay, so it is legal. Okay, good. So I just want to make sure we understand the language here. I was getting a little bit worried here. The sudden shifts in compensation reveal that the tax returns of wealthy business owners show how they may be gaming federal law. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what's been happening. Since 2009, they've been gaming them, and none of them get, they're just way smarter. Come on. Give me a break. They also highlight how, unlike most Americans, whose taxes are automatically taken out of each paycheck, wealthy business owners have a menu of avoidance techniques afforded to them. Oh, afforded to them by the tax code. So they're not avoidance techniques, they're actual law that the IRS allows businesses to use to reduce income or taxes. Why? Because it creates more cash flow for the business. So if a business owner is not taking this, where's it going? Oh, it must be staying in the business. Does it go to growing the business? Does it go to other employees? I don't know. Why don't we have that information? Okay? These secret tax files that you have should be able to say that, shouldn't it? I mean, if you're investigating this, shouldn't we know the whole story of what everything's going on with these businesses? I mean, that seems fair to me as a reader. If you're investigating, you should be investigating, giving us the full story. What else is going on here? The tax benefits of shifting wages to profits can be significant. For example, McNeil saved an estimated $8 million in the first 2 years, according to their analysis of IRS records. Okay. So if that's a big deal, why isn't he being investigated by the IRS or audited? Why isn't he in jail? He defended his wage drop and said he used the tax savings to create more jobs. Oh, okay. Well, how many jobs did he create? Are you going to investigate that? No, you're not going to investigate that. You're going to just focus on the $8 million that he saved. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's see here. Unlike public traded companies, private companies are not required to publicly report profit salaries. Actually, they are required to report it to the IRS, right? So, it's not going to go into to the newspapers, but they are reporting it to the IRS. Let's see here, compensation. But experts who spoke to ProPublica said that if audited, these executives would have to justify why the value. Yeah, just like with any audit. Right? Not just these guys. Anybody gets audited, they have to justify. Right? And if the secret tax data does not answer that question, what happens if they can't justify it? What will the IRS do? They'll fine them. They'll penalize them with interest. That's what the IRS does. The Treasury Department, that's what they do. Okay? Taking an unreasonably low salary in order to avoid taxes is illegal. That is accurate. That is accurate. But the definition of unreasonably low is based on each case, based on each situation, and what is dictated as low or high. I don't know. But think about this. You're still paying income taxes on profit as a business owner. So if you're taking W-2 wages, that's different than distributions. Both are taxable income. Now, out of wages comes Social Security, yes, but there's a cap that Social Security puts on, the IRS puts on it, $142,800. So are these guys responsible for the IRS putting a cap on that Social Security tax? Oh, no, they're not. Okay, all right. So they're still paying into the Social Security. Okay, good. That's good. And distributions still pay tax on Medicare. And they still have to pay income taxes on the distribute. Where are they avoiding taxes? I'm curious by that. Where are they avoiding taxes? Now, if they're not taking W-2 income or they're not taking distributions, they're allowed to not take that. But as a pass-through entity, whether it's an LLC, partnership, or S corporation, the business profit flows down to the owners. So now, if these guys are part of C corporations and they're reducing their W-2 wages, or the wages are being compensated, well, those dollars stay in the corporation as a C Corp and they pay a corporate tax on that. So I am just curious. Where's the tax avoidance coming in? Huh. The IRS definition of reasonable is vague, absolutely, because they give us as business owners the opportunity to figure out how to define what reasonable is. We have to define it, and they have to approve it at a time of audit. And if we have a methodology and a calculation of that, then it's no longer vague, right? The vast majority of business owners will likely never have to justify the salary cuts. Is that the owner's fault or is that the IRS's fault? Right? Every business owner is filing a tax return. So why is that their fault? That's not their fault. Right? I mean, only a tiny fraction of such companies have their salaries examined by the IRS. Karen Burke, a tax law professor at the University of Florida, said, for a business owner, there's every incentive to do this and every reason to believe you'll get away with it. Why are you assuming they're trying to get away with anything? If they're using the tax code and they're not being audited, where are they at fault? What are they getting away with? Now, the IRS does do audits, and when they get audited, if they're not abiding by what the IRS guidelines say, then the IRS can charge them, reclassify. The IRS has the ability to reclassify compensation, charge penalties and interest of the time back that they want to go. So is it the business owner's fault for using the tax code that the IRS allows? And is it the business owner's fault that the IRS has or has not audited that individual? What if the IRS has audited that individual and they approved the tax return in the audit? Is the business owner still at fault in avoiding taxes? So I think the language here, as you know, as a business owner, the language being communicated is divisive, and it's designed to pit you as an owner against employees, against the rest of the world. You're the evil one. No. You're not. You're the one that's putting food on the table for all the employees that you hire. You're the one that's going on risking your personal livelihood, and your business becomes successful, and that's your fault? No. That's your customer's fault from buying stuff from you. Shame on your customer. Right? Which is, these reporters are customers too. They're feeding what they're railing against. So it's just comical. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that somebody brings some levity to this and brings some reality to the divisive language that's being put out there. And the reality is that you as a business owner need your employees. You need your vendors. You need your customers, just like they all need you. We all need each other. Why are we trying to pit each other against each other? It's so ridiculous. Why can't we embrace that, hey, great for that person to be able to be rewarded. Yeah, they make a lot of money, but how many employees do they have? When you take the full salary and wages of the entire company, isn't that good? Right? I mean, I think, are we losing sight of things? Is that we're so bored, or we're so angry, or mad. Darn it, someone's got to pay for my anger and my madness. Maybe it should be you. Maybe you need to chill out. So, anyways, I can go on, but hopefully this was helpful. If you like any of the information we provide you as business owners, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Reach out to us and ask us how we may be able to assist and help you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.